Welcome to today's class. We're gonna deal with ethics in this lesson. What I mean by ethics is studying. Now, I told you before I've come from the Taoist and Buddhist schools. Most of the ethics that I talk about and teach are of the Buddhist school versus the Taoist. The Taoist school wants to return to the original man, and it's a very harsh way of being on oneself to do it. The Buddhist school is a lot more forgiving and a lot more you know, easier to relate to for us in this current time and age. So, what I want you to do is to go ahead and start reading at least 20 minutes a day. Anything you want to read. But I do suggest reading on topics of energy cultivation. I do suggest reading Taoist scriptures and books and practices. I do suggest studying Tai Chi books and people who've written stuff on Qigong. I do suggest reading all these things because reading these things will get your mind active, and taking what I've taught you and what you've known and what you feel and experience and being able to read those things will make you a lot more proficient and powerful and successful. Reading those things without knowing what I've taught you is almost worthless half the time. And some of the things can maybe help or give you some insight to things, but you don't see the real results or feel the real results as you would like to, because they themselves are not disclosing as much as I'm sharing with you. But once you know what I've shared with you and you start looking at these things, it's like looking at a new world, and you'll be able to see these things for what they truly are, and you'll be able to build your character, which is important. There is two kinds of things that one must be aware of in this world, and that is that there's virtue and there is karma. And this is what cultivation practice really comes down to, is eliminating karma. When you eliminate enough karma, you can enlighten to the truth. When you enlighten to the truth, you can return to the source. And I don't mean to sound too spiritual, but scientifically speaking, it's real. And scientifically speaking, that means that we become such an outlet for electricity, or we connect so much with our mind that, or control it so much that this dreamland or multi-dimensional world we tap into and control. And with these practices, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you pop out and you see yourself looking at yourself. Master Jones is one of my teachers, and he's taught me a lot. And I highly recommend, if you want to get into learning a lot more of the, mysteries of energy, I'm going to suggest to you guys to check out Science Premium Company, the Chi Power Plus guys, because they'll teach you how to do some really cool stuff with your chi. But until you can do what I'm telling you about, you're going to feel frustrated with any of these books you buy or systems you purchase. So you want to get down what I'm teaching you, and then all this other stuff will be fun. You want to also try to cultivate good behavior. So this virtue, when you work with your energy, you're accumulating virtue, or you're taking karma, you're dissolving it. When karma's dissolved, that makes room for virtue. And then when you do a good deed, you're accumulating virtue. When you do something bad, or you say something mean, or you think an awful thought, then you're giving away your virtue, which means that you're opening yourself up to karma. So we want to dissolve karma. We want to accumulate virtue. This is pretty much why you want to be a good person, and why you want to help people, and why you want to help yourself, and why you should read and be well informed and study the past, history, all these things. Because the more information you can give and feed yourself, the more your energy can integrate and expand, and so will your awareness, and so will the pleasures in your life. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next lesson. I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you a little discourse on projection. Alright, thank you.